Hey y'all, I'm gonna title this video Diary of a Bear Hunt in Canada. This video is kind of dedicated to 5 people, guys that went on hunt, and the guides and the owner. Not going to mention any names, last names, except for the owner of the business. Way we can give him a plug. Kyle, Steve, his father, son, James. I just said his last name. James, the 3 hunters that hunted with me, and then there's Barry, Guy, my brother-in-law, Fred Sontag, the owner and guide of the Sontag Outfitters in Canada, Saskatchewan. This diary was started on Friday, May 16, 2014. We flew out of Columbus to Minnesota, to Minneapolis, and then on to Saskatoon. Everything went great. Customs, flights, the people. We had a 4-hour drive ahead of us to camp. Might I say that we were supposed to spend the night, and Fred invited us up for the evening because the other the other crew had left, and it was so nice of him to have us. He saved us our hotel room for the night. We bought some alcohol, some Crown Royal. We bought some bear spray. Might I say $40. You will be spending $40 and leaving that there. Unfortunate, but it's best to have it. And Fred may have some extra for you, but you might want to tip him some extra because sometimes he does have to pay to replace and make sure his hunters have it. But you're supposed to supply it for yourself. Another thing, make sure you have mosquito, your boxes for mosquitoes. It's a good thing to have. Anyway, 4-hour drive. We had some long, straight, flat roads, kind of cool driving, good. Scenery was awesome. It was just after winter, so there wasn't any greenery around, but everything was brown, but it's still cool. We stopped for food at KFC 2 hours from the camp. I advise you don't stop at KFC on the right in the one town you go through, because you don't go through many towns. Don't stop there, y'all. It's terrible. 2 hours away. We saw a fox, osprey, and a lot of fat Indian women. Yeah, I said it, fat Indian women. Let's see, there is a Cabela's you can stop at, people in Saskatoon. That's where we bought the bear spray. We saw our first deer on the way there. We stopped at the Moose Country store. Might I say 5 shots into my Crown Royal. I just saw an 8-legged horse. I saw 2 seagulls. In Canada? I mean, seriously. And then down the road I saw 100 more seagulls. It's just after winter, them things are supposed to be south. Well, anyway, we got into camp. Barry and Fred are awesome. We sat around the fire and drank a little. Bedtime was midnight. That's 2 o'clock, so I was pretty tired. We got up at 8 o'clock the next morning because that's when breakfast is. You might not say they don't have to cook breakfast, but they cook breakfast for us. Awesome breakfast. Shot my crossbow, and I was on driving nails. I was fine. Took a walk to the boneyard, which is cool. All the deer bones and all the racks and skulls and stuff are left in this big pile. It's kind of cool. Saw snowshoe hare, partial white and brown. Saw fairy diddle, which is a smaller squirrel between like a chipmunk and a squirrel. Saw a big deer. Saw some grouse. They call them spruce chickens or spruce hens. Real good eating. They're slow. Steve and Kyle started shooting their guns, and they were on, of course. And you don't ever know what's going to happen once your weapons fly with some baggage handlers. You never can tell. Barry and Fred went to get oats for the evening hunt. Watched them mix bait when they got back. They showed us all about the bait we were using. Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning, we're going for a ride to a bait site. Fred has over 100,000 acres to his hunt club, his outfitters. Got to the first tree stand and all the bait was gone from yesterday. Rebaited with trail mixing beavers. That's right, people, beavers. They skin those beavers and put them in the barrel, and the bears have fun trying to get them. I'm hunting that stand tonight. I believe I'll figure out what the name of that stand is here in a little while. I should know. We took off about 12:30 in the afternoon to get some ice cream. Saw some deer and buffalo, bison on a farm. And we came back and to Chili for lunch. Fred, he's amazing. About 4 p.m. I got to the tree stand. There's deer everywhere I was looking. I got up in the tree stand. This red squirrel decides to run up a tree and harass the heck out of me. Driving me crazy. About 5:30, started noticing the deer getting nervous all in the fields around me. I was in a little small patch of woods, but the deer in the field, especially in this one field over here, were getting really nervous, and I noticed it. They were looking back behind them and moving their ways. Well, about 6 o'clock, half hour later, here comes the first bear. That bear would cross right near them deer. And it came in, and it seemed small. Y'all, this is my first time bear hunting. You know, I was going to shoot a bear. Destined to shoot a bear. Well, I shot, and I missed. My nerves right now are shot. You know, I'm all messed up. I'm shaking. I'm mad. I'm thinking I'm going to practice tomorrow, and I need to practice and do some patience. Man, have some patience. About an hour later, here comes the next bear, and it's a bigger bear, and it's crippled. It's got one leg turned in, y'all. It's front paw, and I let her get to the barrel, and I shot over her back. And the reason why I say I'm not good at judging the male and females, but the reason why I knew this was a female, I'm telling this diary after the fact. I'm going to tell y'all why here in a little bit. Shot over her back and jumped up the tree. Very cool when it jumped up in the tree, and it jumped out of the tree and ran off. I'm thinking I got to practice tomorrow, y'all. I'm sitting there and it's getting late. I'm hearing the coyotes start howling and the deer start running and the cows start screaming, and just because the coyotes are going crazy, y'all. Never heard anything like that. At 9:20, third bear comes in, and it's a bigger bear, and it comes in and it's dark. It's getting dark, so it's coming behind the tree and it lays down behind the barrel and just lays there. And next thing I know, Fred comes to get me, and the bear leaves. As Fred starts coming in, it's 9:45. We head back to camp. We had tomato soup and lunch, sandwich, which was awesome. 12:45 at night in the morning, I did 4 shots, and that sent me to bed, y'all. Sunday morning, I got up at 8 o'clock because 8 o'clock's breakfast. Well, right after that, guess what we had to do? We had to skin a bear. Yes, Kyle killed a bear that evening. A 185-pound bear that night. As I went to bed, I wasn't able to write about it. James Braley showed up last night. He came in. We got to see them skin the bear. It was a beautiful bear Kyle killed. Me and James talked, and James sat me down and taught me how to shoot a crossbow. He got me all lined out, y'all. I took a shower, felt great. Sitting outside with just shorts on. There about 10 o'clock in the morning, watching James drive nails with his crossbow. So I walk out and I go back into my suitcase. And I look and I brought 3 different I brought socks, and they're all, none of them matched. Ridiculous. Got over there and was talking about it. Barry said, he goes, you know, one thing's for sure. I said, what, Barry? And he said, you got 3 pair at home just like them. You're crazy. And anyway, about noon, of course, we went to town for a daily fix of ice cream. We went back to camp right after the ice cream. It was a real windy day, so it was a little bit cool. We had chickens for lunch. Fred made fried chickens, and they were awesome. After lunch came the nap. We always seem to take a nap there. It's around 1 to 2. Get around 3 and get ready to hunt. 4 o'clock was the hunt time that day, Sunday. And just as the day before, y'all, 5 o'clock, these deer started running in these fields and alerting me to the coming of Mama Bear. She came right into the barrel. Knew that James had talked to my head, and I knew I had this. She turned broadside, put her nose to the barrel, and I shot. It seemed like a good shot, you all. It was a pass-through, and I didn't know it. I heard something that went ping, and I thought it was the bear. You know, the bear was so close to the barrel when I shot, but it wasn't in line with the barrel. The barrel was here, the bear was in this position, and when I shot, it was almost like the bear here, and then it took off and running this way. I heard something hit the barrel. I thought the bear had hit the barrel. But Barry, Fred came to rescue. I called him and told him that I had a bear down, and they show up to get me down out of the tree. When we got out of the tree, I told them I heard something hit the barrel. So we kind of went over to the barrel. I walked over to the barrel and looked, and my broadhead indention was into the barrel. And the arrow came, as the bear moved, the arrow went out at an angle and deflected in the direction it was running. And so all that we found out investigating and watching, so we sat there and talked. So anyway, we didn't know all this until after we got the bear. So Barry and Fred, by the way, I love these guys. They show up to get me down out of the stand. We get to the barrel, no blood. I get a worried feeling. Then we proceed to follow the tracks in the direction that it left out in. And we came across blood. Barry came across blood. Feeling excited, I start to really feel good. Then we have to really take our time. Barry, because it through underbrush, Barry was crawling where this bear went. Barry finds the blood, and then I walk up and find blood. Fred stays with the last blood trail. Every step of the way, Barry looks ahead, and he says, I hear him say, bear down. And I can't explain the feeling. When Barry says bear down, I jumped, cried, laughed, hugged. Every emotion I had came out. Saw a big pile of moose crap right beside my dead bear, the first pile I saw. Saw another osprey. And in celebration, I'm working on the crown, and my writing starts getting really crazy, y'all. And I start to write cow, working on crown with cow, and my writing just fades, and I put a period to it. 9:45, Barry went to get Steve, Fred to get James, and it is raining. When they go to pick them up from their tree stands, and Steve comes rolling in on one of the four-wheelers, and he has good pics of a big bear, you all, a big bear, and the tail of a bear that likes jackrabbit. What I'm talking about, y'all, we were killing snowshoe hares and putting them in the barrel, and then bear would grab them snowshoe hare and try to pull them. They pull them out of that barrel, and that's what happened. James, he didn't see any bear, but he did see a nice buck in velvet with a small rack, soon to be huge, he says. At 11 o'clock, sitting around drinking, this is 11 p.m., sitting around telling my story. Complete fun. Dinner time, soup and sandwiches like usual. And I gotta tell you all, saw my first porcupine in the woods. Monday, 8 o'clock, my favorite. Pancakes. My God, Fred, I love you. After breakfast, we were sitting around. We skinned bear, then to the front porch to talk and enjoy coyotes howling. Like 10 o'clock in the morning, y'all, then saw snowshoe hare popped out. Kyle shot it for bait. We just had a blast, y'all. It's a great time up there. You have to go up there and try it out sometime. We shot that rabbit because Steve and Barry had placed the hare in the barrel at Steve's stand, and Steve watched the bear for 56 minutes at the barrel. Then another bear came in and stole the hare out of the barrel, reaching his paw in and fishing for it, and pulling it out the mouth and left. When Kyle went to pick up the hare, he found his first shed. 5 on that rack. Now the racks up there are big, y'all. It might be a 5, but it's huge and they're big deer. Within 5 minutes, Mr. Fairy Diddle, red squirrel, came out. Kyle chased that squirrel up a tree and shot it, and it fell out and then ran back up the tree with its guts hanging out. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen, y'all. And his dispatch shot to kill the red squirrel wasn't needed. The squirrel fell out. Shot missed. So now mine and Kyle's mission is to shoot hares for bait. It seems like really fun. So we're going to walk around and rabbit hunt with the 22. 11 a.m. it's raining real bad. And I mean, I'm sitting on the porch and I'm so relaxed. Rain's supposed to let up for the 5 a.m. hunt or 5 p.m. hunt. One thing I have to remember, and I didn't remember, Fred, was the Wiser Deluxe and Fred. Wiser Deluxe whiskey. I got to remember that. Try to find that. Wiser Deluxe. Going for ice cream again. 11:45. We pick up some beer. With all the rain, the road is so slick and muddy. It's so dangerous. It's all gravel roads up there. Ice cream's awesome. James got some vodka and orange juice. Vehicle's a mess. The road is so bad. Just saw a field with a minimum of 33 deer in it, right 1 p.m. 1 p.m. we get back to the camp. We're going hare hunting, Kyle and I. On the hunt, we found the first shed ever. I've never found a shed, I found it. Kyle found a chewed-on shed. Well, guess what happened next? We got lost. We got kind of just turned around, not really lost. But we yelled, we whistled, we shot the 22 5 times. Some old buddy would be proud of me. Because guess what? We made the right decision. I made the right decision to go this way. Kyle said, I think we need to go this way. No, we didn't go that way. We went the other way and we got back, and it was good. I'm glad we both made it back okay, because you get lost up there, y'all. There ain't nothing around. We were hot, sweating. Thank you, Jesus, I made it hot. Just got back at 2:30 for lunch. Pork loin and potatoes and peas, y'all. Our good meals were breakfast and lunch, and then our dinners, because we'd been hunting and weren't ready to go to bed, we always had soup and sandwiches home. Let's see, Barry and I disposed of a bear carcass at the disposed site. By the way, y'all, they dispose of the bear at that time of the year at the disposed site after they've been skinned. The coyotes won't come into those bear because it's a bear, no matter whether it's dead or alive. They'll wait till the whiskey jacks come in and peck at them and eat them. And whiskey jack's a bird, like a meat eater bird. He's kind of like a blue jay. And they'll pick at them, and then the coyotes will come in. 3:19 p.m. James is going out to hunt. Kyle and I went to shed hunt. because we both have bears. Number 2 shed hunt. I found second shed. Kyle found a nice brown shed, real dark colored shed. And we're able to bring those back, y'all. I brought a bunch back. 4:30, Steve's going out to hunt. Kyle going to video hunt. Me and Barry sat on the porch, talked, and had a great time for hours. Drank Crown Royal, smoked cigars, and listened to Barry tell some great hunting stories and fishing stories. It was freaking awesome, you all. 7:30 in the evening, Mr. Snowshoe Hare shows his face, and I miss. Remember, I had been drinking. He'll be back, though. Steve checks in, nothing yet. That's about, when I say he checked in, he texted us. At 8:25, pow, we hear a big shot. That's Steve, has to be Steve. So Barry and Kyle, they take off to get Steve and the bear, because they know he's got one down. 9 p.m., Steve and Barry and Kyle return with one big 300-pound black bear, you all. This bear's head is big. It could be a Boone and Crockett bear is what Barry and Fred are saying. Barry sends Fred a message that says the bear had some ground shrinkage, which means that Steve thought the bear was bigger, but when he got to it, he found it was smaller. As we waited and celebrated, in pulls Fred with James and sees the bear. James sees the bear hanging in the dark and says, "Barry, you cocksucker." Because he had lied to James and told him he had not killed anything. Hot dogs by the fire and a lot of celebration, you all. James didn't see any bears. He was harassed by fairy diddles all night. He was so mad. 12 o'clock midnight, bedtime. Tuesday, 7 o'clock in the morning, laying in bed writing. Went out to pee and saw a snowshoe hare. 8 o'clock, breakfast. Good as always. 9:30, we skinned Steve's big Bruin, almost a Boone and Crockett, 20 to 21 inches for the certificate. Beautiful hide, heavy hide. Just found out my bear was the first crossbow kill Fred has ever had. Yeah. Now, it wasn't a male bear, you all. My next time I go out bear hunting, I will make sure I know what the male is, and I won't shoot. You know, I want to make sure. You got to make sure you don't kill the females. By the way, mine was the first just because, the only reason why is because I couldn't wait. James's was the second, you all. Can't wait to tell you about it. After further investigation of the big Bruin, we found out that the big Bruin had an 8-inch dong on it. Now this is something they get into, not something I do. Anyway, 10 a.m. Fred just pulled out a beaver to skin for the bait. Nothing like a skinned beaver, you all. 11 a.m. Kyle and I just went shed hunting again. He found one small shed. We saw a moose sign again. Went to Good Seal to the taxidermist, Brenda. She will be tanning my bear and doing my bear skull. Saw massive amounts of deer. Saw wolf, lynx, and cinnamon bear, black bear, brown bear skins. 2 o'clock, lunch, hamburgers and fries. Now, 1 hour. I woke up and Steve and I on the porch talking with James. James is going to a different stand tonight. Kyle's in the original stand, camera hunting. Fred in my original stand. It was cleaned out, but with bait last night. Beautiful evening. Slight breeze. 7:10 p.m. Kyle checks in. He has seen nothing. Steve and I sat around, and after a little bit of investigation, we think Donnie has been finding sheds around the camp that were placed by elves, little fairies for him to enjoy. We watched it happen. Little elves are going out placing play some deer antlers, so when Donnie got up there, he'd find some sheds. Don't worry, y'all. Donnie won't see this. We hope. James texts. He sees 2 of last year's cubs. Blonde phase, you all. Blonde. 8 o'clock. Steve picks up Kyle. As we drink some drinks, the Whiskey Jacks are trying to steal the 8-inch dong off the skinning table. James shoots a cinnamon bear at 8:50 p.m. Fred returns. No bears at my spot. Bait and cans all clean. Anxiously awaiting the return of James. First at camp. These are some notes.
How would you like to suck my balls?
First at camp, Kyle wanted his bear's dong for a drink stir, but Barry put the dong in the pressure cooker to cook off the meat. He got a text from me, and I had a bear down. So him and Fred took off, forgot the dong in the pressure cooker, and we came back to a camp of smoke-filled blackened dong. Good job, Barry. The greatest guide around. Just an inside joke, y'all. A new wish list back then. It was back then. A new GoPro. Maybe 4 years later I might get one soon. I don't know. All right, 10:30. James rolls in with Barry with a beautiful cinnamon bear. James killed a 160-pound, beautiful fur. You all. James comes in with the tail of 2-year-old blonde cubs with mama circling James 3 times. The young ones ate the trail mix, and at one point, mama alerted them and went up a tree. She finally came in presenting the death shot. The arrow passed through to Barry in a spruce tree. James tried to perform surgery on the broadhead out of the tree. His wife Betty, she'd definitely be proud of him trying to perform the surgery. The bear traveled about 70 yards and gave 2 death moans that he could hear. Barry the Great does it again, you all. Barry the Great guy. Inside joke with you. Nice photos, James. No video. The GoPro will be added. Piece of equipment for me. GoPro website gives away one every day, supposedly. James takes crossbow kill number 2. 8 a.m. next morning, breakfast. Great again. Fred is the man. Minus, I like to say, Fred's the man. He cooks it up for you all. 9 o'clock, we skin another bear. We went to the beaver dam at 10. We got some pics. We saw Kyle's stand. 11:30, we went for ice cream, of course, and something I've never tried, you all. They eat gravy on French fries up there. Gravy on French fries. We went back to camp at 1:45, and we sat around and talked. We had lunch, ribs, corn, rice. It was so delicious, you all. 3 o'clock. 3:40, Steve and me went to his stand. His stand had been robbed of all bait. 4:30, I took Kyle to Steve's stand. Looks like rain coming in. I'll never forget that, y'all. It was looked so bad coming in. James and Steve went to the taxidermist. Brenda to talk. Full body mount on a bear. It's raining hard for 30 minutes. 5 p.m. I decided to go video hunting, you all. When the rain quits, and I was going to the Ludwig stand. That's the stand that I killed my bear in. I parked the vehicle, which they let me take a vehicle east of the stand. I walked in and saw a lot of deer. I got to the stand, and all the bait from the last night was robbed. 7:15. To my right comes not 1, not 2, but not 3 bears, but 4 bear cubs and mama bear. The camera is rolling. Mama bear is the same bear I shot at the night. It was the crippled bear. For 1 hour, I enjoyed these little guys eating and climbing around inside the barrel. climbing the trees. Mama was patrolling all around the whole time, limping around. You know, and the whole time I'm thinking, where were those cubs when she came in the other night? She must have held them back. She must have smelled me and kept them back. But the whole time these little bears are in there, in comes another bear, and it's tracking me.
How would you like to suck my balls?
Sorry for the text messages, you all. It is coming in, and it smells me part of the way on the road I walked in. It spun around and took off running the other direction. About 8:30, you all, something catches my eye in the field to the edge, and lo and behold, in comes a boar, and it was a cinnamon bear, and it was a big guy. It wasn't as big as Steve's 300-pounder, but I'm telling you all, it was at least 250 pounds. And this right here caused Mama Bear to crack her teeth. Of course, she retreated and stood on her 2 feet to check things out. I had a video of all that, you all. She makes the sounds to alert her baby's time to get away. In comes Big Cinnamon. Dryer's done. As I'm sitting here watching all this transpire, and in comes a cinnamon bear, this fairy diddle runs up the tree and almost goes in my pocket, you all. I about crap myself. The big cinnamon, he comes in, he messed around the bait site, then he decides he's going to come walking straight at me. It started scaring me. I have no gun. I have bear spray on me, you all. He gets under me. As he gets under me, I look down at him. He's like 12 feet from me, and I spoke to him, and that froze him, and he's looking right at me eye to eye. And I just went, you better get out of here. Well, he didn't move. I thought he was getting ready to come up the tree, so I pulled up my bear spray and I gave a quick spray from the bear spray, and which I did. It startled him, and he ran past the bait site and walked away. And I was sitting there just wondering, oh my gosh, and I was hearing owls hooting. What an evening. It was crazy. 10 o'clock was dinner in bed. 8 a.m. the last breakfast. We leave in the morning. We won't be having the breakfast the morning we leave. 10 a.m. packing to go home. I miss my family, you all, at this point. It's been a week. 12:30. I went to the taxidermist, White Taxidermy, and met Liam and Brenda. Seemed to be good people. We had ice cream since we're in town. Saw a coyote on the way back at 2:30, 3 o'clock, going shed hunting. Found 3 sheds, a pair of gloves, a Saskatchewan license plate. And that Saskatchewan license plate was kind of beat up, you all. And when I came back to the camp, I showed it to Fred. And Fred walks in and comes out and brings me this. One of his old license plate, you all. I still have it, Fred. It'll always be here with my bear skin, my bear head. I thank Donnie Farley for all this too. I paid for the skin and the head. Donnie paid for the trip, the hunt trip. Got back at 5 o'clock, and Barry brought his wife Diane. We got to meet Diane. They were here. 6:15. We're going to Dinner Steaks, y'all. It was a place where you take, you go in there and you make your own steaks. Awesome place, you all. The place was packed. I can say no more. It was a great dinner. And I hope if anybody goes, they get to do that. Make sure you mention it, say you saw it on my video. 9:20, we got back to camp. It's the last night. It sucks. I'd love to stay there and love to be a part of that, part of the year if I could. The GoPro was used the first time at Sontag Outfitters. 2 kills on video. Trust Francois. He is a gynecologist. Never forget that. Francois is Fred, you all. Trust Fred, he's a gynecologist. It's bedtime, y'all. 7 o'clock, we got up and ready to leave. We left camp and got to Saskatchewan Airport. just a few. That's the end of the diary. In the airport, you all. There was some mix-up with TSA and all that stuff. It wasn't a nightmare for me. The TSA agent told me to set my crossbow down, that I could go, and I took off to get my plane because we were going to miss our connection, and they held up my crossbow, y'all. I didn't get my crossbow for about 2 or 3 days after that, but you know what's so funny? Guess what was in my crossbow, y'all? They got to inspect my crossbow. Guess what was in my crossbow, y'all? Yeah, that's right, y'all. It's my underwear, my dirty underwear that I've been wearing for a week, and my socks. So, congratulations, TSA, you nosy bastards. Check my luggage again. You get a nose full of... Anyway, thank y'all. Appreciate your time on this video. Fred, Barry, I'll probably never come up there again. I appreciate everything. It's good meeting you all. Like I said, Sontag Outfitters, you all. Go give them a try. It's a hell of a hunt. Thank you all.